I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Event is coming soon. YouTube channel. Here's the latest intel.
Approaching a new Earth, the fall of the Cabal. David Wilcock recently released a new article about the Cabal's inevitable demise, and as usual, it's packed with information about the cosmic drama, as he calls it, that we're going through. I've followed David's work for years, and he's been a major force in my awakening and my interest in spirituality, extraterrestrials and the fall of the Luciferian Cabal. In his latest article, he continued to offer tons of information from various news sources to make the point that the Cabal is falling and trying to take the world down with them. An assortment of unsettling things are happening that ultimately point to the Cabal's defeat and the establishment of a new way of life that takes every person's needs into account, and we'll want to prepare for the amazing things we'll learn and the revolutionary things we'll have to do to change the world. Signs of the Cabal's defeat. David describes some of the things that are happening right now. While they seem bad at the surface, keep in mind that it's all leading to the Cabal's defeat. The disclosure of the extraterrestrial presence, the release of advanced technology that'll eradicate poverty and hunger, and so much more. The Alliance vs. Cabal battle for disclosure is really heating up. China just had a second chemical explosion right as the market is sliding into free fall. The Dow dropped over 530 points on Friday and another 588 points on Monday's close. These events are starting to produce the huge headlines many different insiders have been forecasting. Intelligent galactic energy may ultimately be pushing us through a mass awakening. This socio-economic analysis of recent events is a gateway into a much greater cosmic drama that is playing itself out at this time. 1. We're all revolutionaries. David also mentions that people are fed up with the Cabal and their greed and corruption, and we're ready to create something new. Anything we do to spread the truth helps, he tells us, so we have every reason to get active and help the masses wake up. Enough is enough. We have been beaten and abused for too long. We are tired and fed up. It is time for a change. No more violence, pain and fear. This is it. We are finally learning what is wrong. Many, if not most of us, are now pulling together, in whatever way we can, to help solve the problem. The NSA disclosures were just the beginning. How does some guy peeping through your cyber cameras help to defeat Arabs with box cutters? As I said to a supporter in the health food store the other day, if you are working to help spread the truth to others, you are part of the alliance. It is that simple. 2. As long as our intent is genuine and we do what we can to get the truth out there, we're just as much a part of this as David or anyone else who put their lives and their reputation on the line to share this kind of information. Wilcock, Corey Good, and a host of other truth seekers, and truth sharers, are risking more than we know to share this knowledge and help people wake up, and we're encouraged to play our part, however small, in this collective awakening. I won't share the rest of the information David offered in his latest mega article, but I'll encourage you to head here and read about the Cabal's last-ditch efforts to cause widespread panic and chaos, which includes the use of weather warfare weaponry against the countries of other elite factions who oppose them. We'll talk more about that later. Throwing tantrums. David frequently mentions that they're more desperate than ever, and as he said, they can be compared to children who throw tantrums when they don't get their way. They're fighting to establish a new world order, genocide of most of the population and enslavement of the survivors, and these children are pretty dangerous, especially when they throw a tantrum, because they have all kinds of weapons, hired killers, black magic, etc. at their disposal. It doesn't change the fact that they're sacrificing their dignity and making themselves look ridiculous, and by this point, I'm sure they don't even realize how far they're taking it. All they care about is their agenda, which is doomed to fail, and they don't care what they have to do to achieve it. No matter how many tantrums they throw, they'll never achieve their new world order, and they can only do what our collective negativity, greed and hatred allows them to. This is why they work so hard to instill panic and terror in the masses, We strengthen them in their astral and extraterrestrial masters when we give in to manufactured chaos. Our collective negativity hasn't reached the level that's needed for them to successfully create a new world order, and they're being thwarted at every turn because humanity is stepping into a new way of life that's based on love, compassion and respect for our fellow man. Weather warfare. Like I mentioned earlier, the Cabal has been using weather warfare against factions who are aligned against them, and according to David, the vast majority of recent natural disasters, if not all of them, were actually caused by advanced weather warfare technology. In my opinion, chemtrails, fracking and GMOs, among other things, are merely intended to complement or enhance this weather warfare. What better way to destroy the environment with advanced, hidden technology than to enhance it with more destruction that's caused by technology the public already knows about? A lot of people are still somehow unaware of chemtrails, but fracking and GMOs have become common knowledge in the last decade. Their attempts at weather warfare, some of which have been successful in the past, again, because of our collective negativity, which allowed them to succeed, have caused some of the greatest natural disasters in our recent history, and David went as far as to say that the California drought is engineered for the purpose of destroying the food supply as the Cabal meets their inevitable end. They want to take as many people down with them as they can, but fortunately, they won't be allowed. Our love and awareness aids their downfall and assures they won't cause any more disasters, and the more knowledge we share, the less they can achieve. Luciferian propaganda in the media. If you haven't noticed, we've been inundated with movies and TV shows that push the Cabal's Luciferian agenda. One of the most notable movies is The Purge, which takes place in a world where once a year, for one night, crime is legal and citizens are encouraged to purge, kill, each other. The movie pushes the depopulation agenda by presenting it as entertainment, and moviegoers have no idea what they're actually watching. The Purge is just one of many recent movies that glorifies the idea that the common man is scum and should be wiped away from the earth, and most people don't know that they're witnessing the glorification of Luciferian ideology. Any episode of Game of Thrones makes it clear to those with eyes to see that they're pushing death, destruction, lust, and an array of other things that lower our consciousness and feed their agenda to mentally and spiritually enslave us. It has to get worse so people can wake up. Along with other truth seekers, David has reiterated that things will have to get worse before they can get better, and we might have to expect some negative or destructive events as the Cabal is finally dethroned and control of the world is placed back in the hands of the people, where it belongs. These events will wake people up to the fact that something has been going on that they've been unaware of, and we'll no longer be able to deny the truth when they start happening. We'll become aware of all kinds of things we never expected to be true, and needless to say, we'll see the conspiracy theorists of the world in a new light. It'll take a lot to awaken humanity from our slumber, which is why things might get rough for a minute before we can witness positive change. If we make it through the hard times, then we'll be ready to create new world with the assistance of an array of advanced technology, much of which can help clean up the environment. We'll learn to work together, and we'll understand that the Cabal has caused and profited from our division. We'll have to come together when the responsibility to create a new world rests with us, and while there'll be some hiccups along the way, we'll work it out if we're truly dedicated to the cause. Love, compassion, and trust. As I'm fond of saying, love and compassion will lead us through any hard times we have to face. When the craziest revelations surface and people realize they've been lied to and kept from the utopian way of life for nearly a century, they'll be pretty upset and some of them will need another person to talk to pour all of their anger, fear, and insecurity into. Those of us who are aware can lead the way while lending an ear for those who need us, and we can be there for each other while subsequently creating a new world based on the things we'll have learned and the technology we'll have received. Even with advanced technology, any attempts to create a new world are doomed to fail if we don't have love. With love, we can do anything we set our minds to, we just have to learn how to bring the mind under the control, or influence, of the heart. Nothing will stop us when we love and trust each other wholeheartedly, And the Cabal's evilest actions won't keep us from eventually forgiving them and showing them the same love we show each other. We'll have to learn forgiveness when they're exposed, and first, we have to learn to love each other. It might be a rocky road in the beginning, but if we're truly determined, the difficulties and stresses won't matter as much as our vision for worldwide change. Together, we will change the world.
For additional information, please visit our website, theeventiscomingsoon.com, and our Facebook page at facebook.com/theeventiscomingsoon, your alternative news source for disclosure and the event. Make sure you search our library of videos. You may have missed some very important information and intel. Remember to subscribe to receive updates on our new videos. Stay tuned.
We leave you in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth and rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one Creator. Victory of the light.
Event is coming soon. YouTube channel.